Caitlin Clark, arguably the biggest name in women's basketball history, has had a meteoric rise in the sports world over the past 2 years, and for good reason. She's an absolute stud. And today I want to break down 3 things that she does to achieve her goals and has done to achieve her goals, and how we can leverage those same tools in order to achieve our own. Today, I'm super excited to talk about Caitlin Clark. If you are watching this right when it came out or shortly after it came out, we are just finishing up March Madness and just finishing up her second title run, where they came up a little bit short, but man, oh man, wasn't an exciting season for Caitlin Clark. I've absolutely loved watching her. She is an absolute stud. The way that she shoots the ball, the way that she dribbles the ball, the way that she passes the ball, so much about her game is admirable, and her personality is something that has attracted the entire nation towards her. And she's changing the game for women's basketball. She's going to be paid differently from advertisers, and I'm sure WNBA salaries will start to pick up simply because of her. The amount of viewers that have gone to the game has been absolutely insane just because of her, and obviously a lot of other great talent in the game as well, but she's been definitely first and foremost in leading that charge, if you will. And so today I wanted to talk about some of the things that she's done in order to achieve the goal after goal after goal after goal that she's achieved in life. She broke so many different records throughout this women's college basketball season, and I want to break down some things that she did in order to achieve those goals and how we can actually leverage those same tools in order to achieve our own. So I'm going to pull up a few videos here of Caitlin Clark, the first of which is going to be showing her summer workouts, and I want to take a second to watch a few seconds of her summer workouts and tell you what a good takeaway is from this. So let's watch. Awesome. So one of the things that you saw there on the screen was during her workouts, she would shoot 100 three-point attempts, 100 mid-range shots, and 100 free throw attempts. You see, these are repeatable tasks that you can do every single workout of every single week, and when done repeatedly, it'll lead you to the end result. So how does that pertain to our health and fitness goals? Is yes, we need to set a goal. So she probably had the goal of wanting to win a championship or wanting to break the scoring record. But you don't focus on that goal. You focus on the process. You define daily and weekly behaviors that you believe will allow you to get to that overall goal, and you focus on those things. You focus on what you can control. You focus on putting in the time, the effort, and the energy day in and day out, and then you let the results take care of themselves. You let this result take care of itself.
College basketball history.
Becoming the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history.
Boom. College basketball all-time leading scorer with 1 free throw. But you see, that 1 free throw wasn't made at that time. It was made in the 100 free throws after 100 free throws after 100 free throws after 100 free throws that she did in preparation for that moment. You see, the game is not won on Sunday. The game is won in the practice leading into Sunday. That's what a lot of people in the NFL say. It's all about the weekly behaviors. And if you guys can define a few weekly goals, that's what we do in the 10-week transformation. We define a fitness goal, a nutrition goal, and then a third goal. That could be a water, alcohol, sleep, steps, mobility, and stretching. If we can define weekly goals that we believe are going to lead us to that overall goal, and then we can focus on that stuff, and we can focus on the process and let the result take care of itself, we're going to be that much better in making progress and achieving our health and fitness goals. So the first thing that we can learn is focus on the process. Number 2 is, en route to your goal, it's important to have something that you're looking to work away from. It's important to define as part of your why, what does failure look like? Because that provides you with urgency to move forward. So let's take a look at a video that Caitlin Clark did on with Robin Roberts and see what she said in response to her not making the national team.
And that seemed to fire you up, just like it did Jordan when he didn't make the varsity team.
I went to try out the next year, and honestly, I hurt my pinky during training camp, but like I kept playing, like I was fine, but also I just played really bad. I didn't deserve to be on the team. So I think, honestly, like that's one of the lowest points of my basketball career is like, you're on the team the previous year, you win a gold medal, and then you go back to try out with all your teammates from the prior year. But I think it really allowed me to like find another fire, and I think it just pushed me to work even harder and get better and, want to prove people wrong.
Boom. You see, she had a picture of failure. She had something that provided her with urgency. She didn't make the team, and she said that was one of the lowest moments of her career, and she probably had that in the back of her mind when she was practicing, when she was shooting those 100 3-points, when she was shooting those 100 free throws. She probably had in the back of her mind, I have to do this because I don't want to experience that feeling of failure again. And so if we can have a clear definition of what failure means, and we can remember what failure feels like and have that sense of what it feels like, it'll provide you with urgency in order to move forward and attack your goals. And so the second thing that we can learn from her is have a picture of failure, because when you know what you don't want to have happen, it can motivate you to put in the work and put in the time so that you can achieve what you do want to have happen. And the third thing that we can learn from Caitlin Clark in order to achieve our goals is be around people who are better than you. So let's look at this other interview that Caitlin Clark did when talking about growing up with her older brothers and who she played basketball with when she was a young girl.
To play with him and his friends, like I just got picked on or I never won really anything. And my mom always said, like, if you want to play with them, you got to find a way to hold your own. Like, you're the one that wants to hang out with them and play sports with them. Like, that's just how it's going to be. So I'm really appreciative of that now. And a lot of those people that I grew up, hanging out with or playing sports with, whether it was the boys or older girls, they're some of my biggest fans. And it's cool to see them reach out now and just be really supportive and appreciative of everything that I've been able to do.
I'm glad you brought that up because Colin did tell me he had to get staples in his head.
People don't believe that, really.
Boom. You see, who did she play with when she was younger? She played with her older brothers, people who are bigger, stronger, and faster than her. And then she also played with a bunch of older girls. When you put yourself in an environment with people who have a greater level of competence than you are, they will call you up to their level of competence if you spend enough time around them, right? Like the common phrase is you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And that's the same thing when it comes to sports or elevating the area of our life. You want to be around people who have the habits that you want to be able to have. That's one of the things that we can really learn from a health and fitness perspective is become parts of groups who have your desired habits. If you're looking to eat healthy, make friends with people who are eating healthy. If you're looking to get more fit, make friends with people who are fit. And if you spend more time around them, you are going to be more ingrained to do the habits that they're actually doing, therefore elevating your game as well. And I love what her mom said is, hey, you're the one who wanted to play with them. If she got a bloody nose or she got hurt or something like that, she's like, hey, you wanted to play with them. You've got to keep up. And so her mom didn't take it easy on her. Her mom was like, no, you're going to take responsibility for becoming better so that you don't get a bloody nose the next time, so that you don't complain the next time, or so that you don't get hurt the next time, if you will. And so these 3 things are things that have allowed Caitlin Clark to become the top name in women's basketball, and not just women's college basketball, but WNBA. She has just absolutely changed the landscape of women's basketball today and moving forward. And these are 3 different definitive things that we can each take away and apply ourselves. So again, number 1, focus on the process by defining weekly goals and daily goals that, if repeated, will allow you to get to your overall goal. Number 2, have a clear picture of failure that provides you with urgency in order to work away from it and work towards your goals. Figure out what you don't want to have happen, because it will provide you with motivation to take action so that you can make happen what you do want to have happen. And then third and finally is be around people who are better than you. You are going to become more like the people that you spend the most time with. So if you want to be healthier, if you want to be more fit, spend time with people who are healthy and fit. Don't spend a bunch of time with people who have terrible habits. Obviously, if you have friends who have terrible habits, don't completely write them off just because they have bad habits, but try not to spend as much time with them unless you want to start having and developing their habits. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I hope it was eye-opening to see the things that have allowed her to become the person that she is today, and how you can actually leverage those same things to become the person that you wish to become, both in the health and fitness area of your life and other areas of your life. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you share it with a friend or family member. If you are new here and you haven't followed the podcast or subscribed to the podcast, make sure you hit the follow button on the Apple Podcast app or on Spotify. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe there as well. I'm going to continue, I always have and I always will continue to bring some of the best knowledge and the best stories and the best mindsets so that you can get closer to your health and fitness goals and ultimately closer to your best you. So I hope you enjoyed this episode today, and I hope it does help you get closer to your health and fitness goals and helps you get closer and closer to your best you.